And we are live.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Flying High Podcast slash Birds of Prey ATL. And you can follow us on Birds of Prey ATL on YouTube and also on Facebook. And you can follow us on the Just Good Network on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter. And we got a Birds of Prey ATL page, brand new for Twitter. Y'all can follow us there too. Um, Other than that,
Sir,
man,
yes, sir.
let's get the show started. I'm your host, Travis, and this is my co-host, Nate. And let's
What
talk
it do?
about these
What it do?
fellas.
Let's do. Let's get it.
Well, we seen what transpired this past week, and everybody want to know, you know, what our thoughts is about this past game versus the Super Bowl champions, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And well, it didn't go as expected, as we wanted it to go. We had a chance, we had our shots, but didn't quite turn out the way we wanted. But Nate, what are your
Oh
thoughts on
yeah.
the pre? What are your thoughts on that game versus the Bucks?
A little let down, but for the most part, I enjoyed the fight. So I can honestly say I was somewhat impressed, but at the same time, we still got a lot of work to do. But very impressed because we didn't back down. We actually it started off slow like always. For some reason, we can never just jump out the gate like a typical championship racehorse. For some reason, it takes us time to kind of start oiling the chains a little bit to start really just getting in the groove. But we made an admirable comeback, but we ended up slipping it away. Um, but like I said, lots of improvement, and still stuff to work on.
Right. As far as me, what I think about that, man, listen, I knew they was gonna come back motivated after that embarrassing loss to the Eagles.
Oh
I
yeah,
knew they
oh
was
yeah.
gonna come back with a chip on their shoulder. Nobody gave us a chance to win. Everybody counted us out. But surprisingly, the defense stepped up for what it was worth, as far as getting stops. They was bending but not breaking. Um, Early they gave us chance after chance, and the offense started off struggling, and then they caught fire midway, and we got to the point to where it was 25-28,
Yeah.
and then after that, you know, Tampa had scored one more time. I think it was like 35-28 or 25, and then um, Matt Ryan threw a pick six, and that pretty much got us out the game.
That kind of that when he does that, he basically just takes the whole thing out of the roof. Like you might as well just start walking off somewhere. But
Yeah, we
I mean,
had our, like I said, we had our opportunities, man, but that pick six pretty much, that pretty much made it almost impossible to win the game. And then, you know, after that, man, through another pick six. Well, it was batted in the air, and they caught it and read it in for another pick six, and that game was pretty much over at that point. But we had got it to 25-28. It was a valiant effort, but we can't have that, you know. We got to start using some pump fakes, looking for the lineman. Don't be so predictable with a lineman. Just know exactly to anticipate your snap count and when you're going to throw the ball. And they know exactly where you're going because they're just looking at your eyes, uh, staring into one receiver's eyes. So they just following your eyes. So they know exactly where you're going. So we got
yeah.
to do better.
Oh
And
yeah.
and the pick six, as far as the pick six goes, the first one where the defender jumped in front of it. Uh, Matt Ryan, he had opportunities elsewhere, but he stared down the receiver instead of going through his progressions. He didn't see Kyle Pitts flash right in front of him across the middle of the field, which I don't know why he didn't even look in his direction. He just stared down this receiver.
I don't understand. Like I had to go back and look. I haven't. What was the down and distance? I'm assuming that's the reason why that was his basically hot route. That, but at the same time, Calvin, Kyle Pitts was moving across the middle, and he had a second and third option. So I mean, I kind of look at it as just a hot route, vice versa of trying to, you know, oversee the whole field. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It was to him, to Matt, it was I'm throwing it to this receiver no matter what route. That's what it
But
was.
if you
So
put it
I said because when he threw it, he stared down the bed, saw the defender
yeah.
right behind him, and threw it anyway. The defender just stepped up, caught it,
No,
took
but
time.
I also contest like either way it go, they had it was a lurking safety and a lurking linebacker. So I mean, who knew? Who would have known? I mean, it probably would have been an interception, but you never know unless you don't try. I get it. I get it.
Let me tell you something, man. If that was Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady or Dak Prescott, they would have hit Kyle Pitts right there. As soon as he came open,
Yeah,
they would have threw that. In fact, they would have led him into that throw.
yeah,
So for him not to hit Kyle Pitts running wide open and right in front of him in the middle, ain't nobody there. Like Kyle Pitts is here, the defender is behind him, like back. There's no way he could have jumped that if Matt would have threw it right then and there and caught that guy. But
yeah. I get what you're saying. Anticipate the pass
yeah.
versus wait until you get across the middle.
But this has been Matt Ryan's thing that he does, and we got to stop this, man. Like we want to win games, we got to change this because we can't keep doing this and be like, oh well, we can just go into the next week, we'll be fine. Can't keep doing it every week. Eventually, we're gonna be out of it. We're gonna be out of the playoffs, out of the playoff hunt. We're not gonna have a shot. So we got to figure this
Yeah,
out.
you're right about that. Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, we got to figure. In the offensive line, they surprisingly played well, very well versus the Super Bowl champs. I was impressed. They only gave up one sack the whole game, which there are a lot of people not even thinking about. They gave up one sack. And our offensive line, I was telling Nate this earlier, our offensive line is very young. They're still young, man. They learn it on the go, trial by fire. So for them to hold up like that versus that front seven, it's pretty darn good. We just gotta cut down on the turnovers, the pick six and stuff like that. You take those pick sixes away, we got a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
Legitimately. The defense stepped up enough to give us enough stops to where the offense should have been scoring more. You know, we scored 25, but we could have had over that, you know. But that's the way I feel on that one. Nate, what is your expectations for the remainder of the year? What do you see from this team?
I need to see a lot more discipline. I see I see it here and there, but I would like to see it a lot more consistent. I noticed that we are able to make drives, make positive drives, move down the field pretty much on anybody. We have the weapons to do it, but for some reason, somebody or someone will just fault. They just false start, pass interference. We will end up hurting ourselves before the opponent hurts us, and that needs to be a problem we need to solve. We need to fix that because in order to even though we have you see the competitiveness, the willing to actually improve, it's just we still make boneheaded, small ass mistakes that will kill our drives, and we need to stop that. Point blank, we need to be more disciplined across the fucking board, hands down.
Right. Well, I say, man, as far as what do I expect the remainder of the season, it's hard to really tell right now, man, because it's so early. A lot can change between
That's why I
now
just
and then.
lean on discipline. That's why.
Right. Because who knows, we could catch fire and make an 8-game run for all we know. You know, but just right now, if I'm going by what I see right now, just from this team, I see flashes of what we could be.
Yeah.
But I don't see consistency, and we have to fix the red zone woes to where not this past game, we did pretty good this past game, but when we get in the red zone period going forward, we need to score touchdowns, not settle for field goals.
But that's why I'm tired of, like, me personally, I'm tired of seeing flashes. I already know what we're capable, the players that we got. We need to just start playing more smarter. If we can do that, on top of our talent, I think we can actually compete with these cats. Like we won't be labeled as, oh, that's just the Falcons. We'll be all right. Like the Giants is not scared of us. Dog, I'm saying.
I don't know.
And they,
Why
and they
should
is
they be?
0-2.
Why
That's
should they
they're
be?
0-2. This shit is sad.
Just
It's
like
sad.
us. They 0-2 just like us. I mean,
It's
somebody got to win this game. Somebody
yeah,
got to win.
for real.
You know, and the Giants, although they 0-2, they look better than us up to this point.
Well,
If you go back and look at their games.
that was two. That's pretty much two games that a team basically. I mean, neck and neck. They looked like shit the first game, and they actually improved a little bit second game. So, like you said, somebody got to win this game. Somebody.
They was actually in it though. They had a chance to win both the games.
Yeah.
Us, we was blown out off the field in our home
Yeah.
stadium.
Yeah.
And like I said, we looked at decent this past game, but it's a lot, man, left to be desired. We left a lot out there on the field, like a lot.
Oh yeah, and we need to
So-
stop that. We need to stop that.
The thing that I'm encouraged about is that we can get better, and like I say, coaching got to get it together because some of the play calling was a little They got to get it together with that, and like I said, we just got to stop turning the ball over. Don't make no dumb mistakes like penalties, stuff like that.
Well, would you consider the play caller be like more of a panic, just panicking, or they just don't know what the hell they doing half the damn time? I kind of look at it.
I think what it is they're filling the players out. They don't really know what they have yet, so they trying to see. They running different things to try to see what markets best to each player.
True.
And in the process of doing that, it's like let's just try this, see how it works.
All right.
Then they go back to film study the next week and be like, okay, well that works. We know they take that into the next game.
Well, we gonna add a little wrinkle to it.
Yeah. But by that time, we'd already lost the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like really, like we said last show, this is really preseason for us right now. The first 3 or 4 games gonna be preseason for us because it's the filling out process because everybody is finally playing with each other, all the starters.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it, as far as that goes. But you got anything else you want to say on that?
No, I mean that's the only thing I can expect the rest of this year. Just competitive and be disciplined. Like stop being so damn stupid.
And like I said, I will say, I think Matt Hennessy gave up a sack. We only gave up that 1 sack, and was it Caleb McGarrett? I think it was Caleb.
No, Caleb. That was Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb gave up the sack.
So I mean,
And,
don't get me wrong. When they still, because Jalen Mayfield, like I said, Arthur Smith he's banking all his, I want to say his paycheck on trying to prove that he can develop this dude, and I truly believe that he can. I mean, by trial by fire, you're going against arguably the best player week in and week out. So you ain't got no choice but to be good eventually. We just got to hope and pray he actually just be good, consistent. Because you've seen a good improvement from week 1 to week 2.
Oh, so yeah, you do see improvement. Yeah. I will say that.
I mean, it's just trying to mold it as one whole unit.
And we didn't get that many. We didn't get that many penalties either. So I will say that was good.
That was good. Execution pretty much killed us in this game. Just poor execution.
Right. And like I was like, the 2 pick sixes, man, you just can't have that. You can't. No. That pretty much any chance we had or any momentum we had, that killed us, man. Yeah. Like if it wasn't for that, we could have won this game. Literally, we should have won this game.
Yeah, we should have.
Like we had got the momentum on our side so much to where we had this game.
Yeah, because I mean, once you can't just take how can I put it? Take a relaxing pill on Tom Brady when he basically give you all the chances in the world to do what y'all can do to beat him, and you can't even do that. So Tom Brady ain't got no choice but to throw a couple of more touchdowns.
Right. And speaking of giving chance after chance, let's get his defense a little kudos because they got to Tom Brady. They got some pass rush, got some sacks. Yeah. We had like 3.
Yeah, we did.
So Marlon Davidson had 1. Deion Jones had one, and who else am I
Dante
missing?
Fowler.
Dante
Oh,
Fowler had one.
Dante
Yeah,
Fowler
he had
had
a
a spank.
strip fumble, and we got the ball back.
So I mean, if we could formulate, see, we all at the beginning of the season, I know every Falcon fan was wondering where the hell the pass rush gonna come from. Now we starting to see somewhat of a little glimpse. Now we just need to basically just put it together. That soft coverage is at times it's not working. They need to start mixing it up. I would love to see some cover man. I mean, some man cover two, or a little bit of just mixing it up. Stop running soft coverage, thinking everybody gonna get beat deep, and just open up the middle of the field. That middle of the field was killing us. If you averaging as a receiver over 10 yards per carry, it ain't gonna take you long to move down the field, player. It really
Yeah,
ain't.
that was my issue. That was my only issue. Like, man, who was sticking on Gronk or anybody like you say coming down the middle? Like
They was making Gronk
they
look
was
like,
backing off as soon as they hiked the ball, they was backing off the line 10
yeah.
yards for the receivers and got near him. I'm like, what are y'all doing? I'd rather y'all just play man, take your chances than to play zone like that and just get destroyed. Because they was getting destroyed out there.
At the same time, just you
But then they adjusted. They did adjust. They adjusted.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just when you have receivers, like what is so scared? What it troubles me that our corners do not believe in press. Like they will literally go off of their quickness, and they don't want to put. I don't get it. Why you don't put your hand? You got 5 yards to rape the shit out that dude.
See what it is
I don't get it.
We draft for quickness and speed. We draft kind of soft when it comes to that. We ain't got no corners that can just be physical like that and press you off the line like that.
TJ Green is big enough. Now
no, I know they got size, but they just not. You gotta be. It's gotta be in you, man. As a corner to press, you gotta be one of them dogs, man, that just love to press. Like we don't have. What corners do we have that love to press?
I don't know. I can't.
maybe Fabian Monroe, maybe.
No, yeah.
AJ, maybe Terrell, maybe.
But he the only one that's like quick enough and steady enough to actually don't lose balance.
Yeah, and he can make up for it if he press and bump you off the line and he get beat. He got the speed to make up.
Yeah, he got the speed to make up.
But other than that, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I seen Isaiah Alva out there making plays. So he's starting to step up.
Which is encouraging. That is very encouraging.
But Dante Fowler showed up, which I wanted to see. Our boy Marlon Davidson did show up, which I wanted to see. And like I say, Deion Jones came in and blitz and showed up. So we showing flashes right now of what our pass rush can be. So we can develop a pass rush. If we can get to the Super Bowl champions quarterback, the GOAT, Tom Brady, if we can get to him, we can get to anybody. Yeah, because we know it ain't easy to get to Tom Brady.
And he got a solid line. A solid line.
So I'm much encouraged on that. But like I say, moving on, how much of this game do you blame Matt Ryan? Or do you put the blame on him at all?
I say, you got to give him a blame. I mean, just that last pick, that pick six. I'm not gonna give him too much of a blame, but just that, if you want, I mean, it just depends on how much of the blame you want to give him just for that one particular play. Now,
just one?
Those other, I mean, there was a couple of plays, but I'm just saying, like, what you want to give him like 30%, 40%, 50-50? I mean, you can
out of 100%, I give him 50-50. You know why? Because those two pick sixes was damaging.
Well, one of those pick six wasn't really his fault. I mean, you hit.
Well, I give him a pass on that one where Vita Vea threw his hand up and it hit it. But it's just we've seen this like a lot from Matt. When he throws the ball, he'll look, stare. Vita Vea was just looking at him, and he just waiting on him to throw the ball. He knew what he was going to do.
But
Matt was just sitting there, and he threw it lackadaisical, kind of just threw it low too. Threw it low. And Vita Vea just threw his hand up. And
you talking about a 300 and damn near 50-something pound man that's very much athletic. So
right, and Matt Ryan learned how to pump fake a little bit, move a little bit, and then throw. Don't just the first time you go back, he got to stop doing this. The first time he go back, just throwing the ball. No, because they know you. They on to you. So go back like you're gonna throw and pump fake and move a little bit and then throw. That way it'll help you out somewhat.
Yeah, he don't have a stutter in his. He need to build a stutter in his throat.
Like, dude, it's 14 years in, man. Like, what the?
Yeah,
I ain't cussed all show. I'm doing good. I'm just saying, 14 years in, man. What are you doing?
yeah.
See, I call myself Nate. See, I'm doing good.
You know what? Since you brought that up, now mind you, the pick six, the second one, I gotta give him at least 40% for that because that was a big ass down. Like we needed that in order to kind of just at least tie the game up. But with you saying Kyle Pitts going over the middle, you got another option. He did stare Russell Gage but in a way, I gotta kind of take a little points off because if Russell Gage was hurt and he was gimpy in and out of that game, why would you even have him in that situation?
Because I
would have had Tajay Sharp. You make it seem like we don't have other options besides still playing a injured, sub-injured player. Like I don't get that. I really
see. I think the reason they did that because they felt like Russell Gage was our best option at number 2, even though him being hurt. Like they don't believe in the other guys, and they got to stop that.
I can't blame Matt Ryan on that. Like, see, I got to have the blame to Arthur Smith, player personnel. It's just we got other options, and if we got other options, you leaving Jalen Mayfield out there. You see Taylor McGarry getting beat up here and there. You see the progressing good, but at the same time, you seeing they getting their ass whooped. But you scared to pull them. You want to let them go through the fire while you ain't letting nobody else go through the fire. You got to play everybody.
But what do you mean you don't blame Matt Ryan for that? For what?
Well,
because
he
could choose to go. I'm going to say, he could choose to go anywhere else on the field.
But I got to also blame Arthur Smith. It's just the whole thing. You say 50-50. I mean, it's give and take. If I got an injured player.
No, that pick six gave him 50-50. If it wasn't for the pick six, I couldn't give him that. But that literally cost us the game. So you got to give him 50-50.
But I got to give okay. We can.
Let me ask this: if it wasn't for the 50, if it wasn't for the pick six, either one of them, what do you think would happen in that game? We had the momentum. We was driving. We was doing what we was doing.
But that was just. But that's why I said that was just one.
And it was 35-25 at the time.
At that time. I want to say it was 28-25. Was it?
No, it was 25.
Oh, that's when they scored again.
Yeah,
so we had to score a touchdown.
The first pick six.
We had to really score a touchdown that play or that drive. So give or take, we couldn't have scored. Yeah, but that's what I don't know. You never know. You just wish you didn't throw that interception. I kind of wish Tajay Sharp or somebody else would have been.
And I'm not even saying we would have won, but at least it would have came down closer. Yeah, I think we could at least scored, and then it would have been a game. We might have lost by maybe 3 points or
under seven
a touchdown. You know what I mean? And I can accept that. But to lose the way we lost it, man, it's unacceptable.
After catching up, right.
The defense stopped them like 4 or 5 times straight.
Yeah.
So I know they gave up yardage in between that, but they was bending but not breaking because they made the first half, they were just getting killed. Then they made adjustments. Once they made adjustments, defense started stopping them, and they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, but moving on.
Let's give a shout out to these comments. Ron Thomas in the building. My mom's. How's it going? Tommy Williams.
How's it going, guys?
Ryan is not the problem. The defense is juvenile. Coming from a Cowboy fan. You is right, but he is somewhat the problem, Tommy. He is. He really is. He has his moments. So we can't leave him out.
Listen, I'm going to say this. I ain't cussed all shows. I'm doing really good.
Don't let it out, dog.
No. I'm doing good. I told you I'm not cussing. Man, but I'm gonna say this.
I got to say something. Shit.
Listen, what I'm gonna say is this: Ryan might not be the main problem, but he is not the solution either. You know, I always say this. He is not.
Yeah,
the
you
solution.
always that's your final quote on that.
And if y'all think I'm lying, then I'm flying. Like for real, he is not the solution. He's not. If you want a guy, I told my friend at work today, still a fan. Her name is Miss Betty. We talk football. I told her about the podcast and everything. I say, if you want a guy that's gonna get you stats and yardage and look great on paper, Matt Ryan's your guy. He's your guy. He gonna get you the yardage. It's gonna look good. Hey, we lost 40 something to 15, but you see, Matt Ryan had over 300 yards, had 4 TDs, or had something. It's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be a crazy stat. But you're gonna be like, how did he get all that yardage but no touchdowns? Because he's horrible in the red zone. Been this way for years, and he just don't have that clutch gene anymore. When he first came out, he had it. He was winning games at the end of the game, last 2 minutes. He don't have that clutch gene, man. He's not that guy to win you games and win you championships. He's not the guy. Now, if you want to win some games, get, padded stats and stuff like that, he's your guy. But if you want to win, he's not your guy, man. That's how I feel about it. And until we get rid of him, it's going to be more or less the same. We're going to be talking about this every week.
Oh, yeah.
We're right back here. And if we lose this week, leading into the Giants, it's going to be hell to pay. That's all I'm saying. That's not a cuss word in that sense because the way I used it. But I will say this before we go into the Giants game. Do you think Arthur Smith is on the hot seat?
No, it's just 2 weeks.
Right?
It's too early. Yeah, come on,
man. That's a crazy question.
Come on. I mean,
this
we can
is not
sit here
my
and talk,
question, by the way.
Check it out. We can sit here and talk about everything that's troublesome about our team or whoever else that's 0-2 at this point. At the end of the day, it's just week 2. Calm down. Let's relax. And let's just build off the positive and try to keep it moving. Now, to already be talking about a hot seat for a brand new coach. I mean, damn. I got to say damn on that. I understand every question is not a dumb question. And I'm not saying this is a dumb question.
It's not my question, by the way, guys.
but
I had to ask.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's just pump the brakes. No, he's not on no hot seat.
But I will say this too, though. If I'm the owner and I brought a man in to get the job done and to win, and we looking like this, if we continue to look like this the whole season,
no, I mean, if
I'm making a move. I'm sorry.
If it's the whole season,
I cannot bring you back. And then if it continues to stay this way and you don't make a change at quarterback, you let this continue all the way to the end of the season, I got to get rid of you, and I'm bringing in somebody else that's got a winning culture. I can't because I'm not going to sit through another 2-3 years of this.
Yeah,
when the fans want to win now, not 3-4 years down the road.
And that's the most. This is one of the most important things. Arthur Smith ain't never been no head coach,
right?
So you got to give him time to earn his stripes and understand his complete team. This man is not just running the offense; he's running a whole team.
I'm not giving him nothing. I'm not giving him nothing because this man, I know he's an offensive coordinator over Tennessee.
Give him time, dog.
And he's supposed to be the man. And everybody wanted this guy. And I said Eric Bieniemy. That's what I said. But I bet you Eric Bieniemy wouldn't be in this situation right now. I guarantee that our offense will be looking right now. I guarantee our offense will be looking right now.
I don't know about that.
Listen, man. Listen.
I mean, Arthur Smith was running the stuff in Tennessee.
Yeah, but some of the stuff Arthur Smith is doing right now, I have no answers for. Like, what is he doing?
I've been saying like this. I'm gonna put it like this, and this will probably be the last thing. These next 2 games probably will even out the first 2 games.
All right. Well, let's get to the Giants. This week's prediction. What's your prediction on the Giant game?
Man, I kind of failed miserably last week, so I still think it's going to be a close game. I will be very happy if we actually blow them out at MetLife Stadium.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to stick with 2017 until we figure out this red zone situation. But I honestly see a big game out of Mike Davis in this one. I really do. And
Okay.
I hope and pray we utilize 12 personnel against against the Giants defense. We
Okay.
need
Well, I think we step up this week and get this win, pull this one out. I say 28-20, us. And I think Saquon gets off a little bit on us, but we adjust to him and start to shut him down. And we play better contain
I
this
don't
week
see him. I don't see
versus
him.
mark my word. I see better contain versus Daniel Jones because he will be running a lot. Because we have a tendency to be weak versus running quarterbacks. That's our Achilles heel for some reason.
Yeah.
We're not disciplined when it comes to that. We don't play in our spots and stay in our spots when it comes to running quarterbacks. So, but Daniel Jones is a guy that can do both. So he's gonna be a task, but I think we can do it. I think Cordell Patterson shows out. I think Mike Davis shows out. I think the running game shows out. Period. I think the receivers get on track, and I think receivers have a big day. I think Kyle Pitts have a big day. I think Kevin Ridley has a big day. And I think Hayden Hurst gets involved, and he has a big day.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
And
really I
and
really
I think
think Hayden
and I
Hurst
think Tajay Sharp steps up because I don't think Russell Gage. If Russell Gage is hurt or he don't play, I think Tajay Sharp will really step up in this game. So I say 28-20 Falcons, and we get over the hump. We get our first victory of the season.
I can see that. I can
That's how I
see that.
feel. But
Oh yeah.
guys, that concludes the Birds of Prey ATL / Flying High podcast. So if you got any questions, anything, leave them in the comments. And like I said, you can follow us, Birds of Prey ATL, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and you can also follow us, Flying High Podcast. Uh, like I said, on YouTube, Twitter,
IG.
everywhere. You know what I mean? So just follow us, guys. Until next time, man. We out.
Peace.